Pokemon HeartGold and SoulSilver hit shelves 9 years ago when I was a little 12-year-old. I still remember trading in most of my games to acquire this goddamn masterpiece. By the way, I chose SoulSilver because Lugia is a better looking Pokemon than Ho-Ho. Start a war in the comments. I was so excited to play with the limited edition Poke Meter. Now what that was a small device exclusive to these remakes. Let you literally take the Pokemon out of the cartridge into this little Poke Meter. It counted your steps, and every 20 steps you earned a watt. That's what they called this measurement, watts. And that leveled up whatever Pokemon you decided to put in the Poke Meter, a lot like the new Pokeball Pluses that you have for Pokemon Let's Go. It follows the original story of Gold and Silver with content from Crystal version. It has a ton of extra post Elite Four content, which even more recent games such as Sun and Moon are kinda lacking. Yes, you have the Ultra Beasts and Wormholes, but it really is quite repetitive and just a shell. It's not really content, I would put it. It was just an amazing content-rich, replayable game. It was massive. It had both Johto region and Kanto region. It had a load of islands after you beat Elite Four, I remember that. It was just an amazing game. You could even take your Pokemon out of the Pokeball and have it walk behind you and follow you about the entire region, which was quite far ahead for its time if you think we've only just got that luxury back in Pokemon Let's Go. Now through the years I've moved multiple times. I let Pokemon rest for a period, e.g. I just forgot about it pretty much. So I needed to reacquire this game. I ventured online to my favourite second-hand apps, the likes of eBay and Depop. Depop is a great site for getting cheap Pokemon cards, because no one on there really knows the true value of Pokemon cards. So it's great. Although I've just given away the secret, so now everyone's going to be overcharging Pokemon cards on there. So let's move on. No, I only say online because, trust me, a copy of this cartridge has not been seen on a shop shelf since Moses parted the goddamn sea. It's such a rare cartridge to see on a high street in game. For those Americans, you have GameStop, we have Just Game. I half expected this game to still be at recommended retail price, because most Pokemon games still are. They rarely decline in price due to their replayability. This was a fan favourite game. Also Pokemon games, obviously, people buy second-hand Pokemon cartridges just for the hope of having the legendaries already caught on there and having rare Pokemon on there. But to my surprise, and yes, I really was fucking surprised, when I looked online, it actually increased in price. That's right, it's increased in price from point of sale. Now with the Poke Meter, you're looking at an average of £50 if you wanted a copy with the Poke Meter. But say you wanted the Poke Meter with a mint box, people are selling those for as high as £200, and I've seen higher than that as well. It's fucking ridiculous. Why is this? What the fuck is going on? So I delved deeper into it, and by deeper, that normally means I sat on Reddit for 4 hours. To start off, this game is noticeably rarer than other Pokemons. Some would argue that it had one of the best launch sales in the franchise, but it was just a gap filler between 2 generations, which means production was cut very short. It wasn't produced and manufactured for a very long time. In fact, when SoulSilver and HeartGold was released, the next generation was already in final production. That's how quick it was. Now that was picked up in the following years by traders and one-time sellers. The fact that there's a very limited amount of these cartridges, which answers the first question, why is it so rare? And as always, where there is demand, there is profit. A lot of profit. An insane amount of profit. If you're on eBay selling a mint boxed copy of SoulSilver or HeartGold, it is unreal. So all it takes is one cocky seller to raise the price a few pounds, a few dollars, but everybody will follow suit and match his price just because they can. So before you know it, everyone's following other traders. The price keeps increasing until we're all trading in our Teslas just to buy a copy of Pokemon SoulSilver or HeartGold. I did also take into consideration age. It is 9 years old, that game, which is scary because I still remember getting it like it was yesterday. I had to trade so many games in to be able to afford it, but then I realised it isn't deserved of like a collectible standard. It's still playable on up-to-date new released DS system, and it just isn't a collectible yet, but the demand of it second hand has forced it into an early retirement almost as a collectible. So the answer to the question, why is the price so high, is because greedy sellers have made it that way. This was a solid game, but not one to stick on a display shelf just yet, but as sellers bounce off each other each time, inflating the price will result in stupid prices. I just want to say, please be very wary of loan cartridges without any box or plastic case or anything being sold. They usually sell for about £10, so that's about $15-20. They'll have very professional studio looking photos of the cartridge. These are gonna almost every time be bootleg, so unless you're okay with having a bootleg game, just avoid those. I know it's cheap, but they're almost certainly gonna be bootleg. So there you are, I answered it. There is the answer. Why is Pokemon SoulSilver and HeartGold so expensive? It is purely because traders and sellers have made it that way. It's been Floppy Woppy 98, thank you for watching and see you next time.